For our demolition packages, we choose to go with a frame-mounted fog. The reason we go frame-mounted, these guards are quite heavy. If you just mount them to the cabin, if they take an impact, a big impact, it will probably wink the cabin, so the cabin will have to be replaced. So we feel as Volvo that we go to the frame, so you've got an insurance package for the cabin and the operator. We make it very easy to open and clean the windows so that the operator is always has good visibility. We can also see that all these bars are sight line adjusted. They're not just straight where all of a sudden you look at the corners and you can't see. This is why it kind of just disappears. Very important because you want to keep the operator's visibility. So we call this more of a finished product than you see on other applications. So it's important to make sure that it's right. Very strong. Lock open so you can safely clean the windows. Yeah, so here we put a heavy guard on the boom cylinders and the hoses. As debris is coming in here, you don't want it impacting your cylinders, cylinder cans, or the hoses. So mounts to the cylinders. It's 3/8 plate. We Swiss cheese it so you can look through it to see this corner track, so it doesn't impede your visibility. Then we drop down. We have a swing ring guard here below it. We can still grease our swing ring all the way around. From one point, we carry the grease tubes out, but it keeps the debris and wire and stuff, and demolition stuff that would get up there and tear your seal. So this is our side impact guarding that we offer on the Volvo Excavator. It's very heavy plate, box type, bolts on and segments, so if something if there's a reason to replace it, it's easy to do. But this protects all of this. This costs a lot of money up here if the guy punches holes through it. So let's stop it here, protect the side frame. We bolt them on versus welding on, because if you weld a piece, you kind of change the flex capacity of your upper frame. So we choose the bolted on segments. Our doors, as you can see, we pre-screen outside. Feel that this is very important to catch the fluff that would plug your radiator out here, so that when the fan reverses it, blows it off the machine, not just around in the machine. If we didn't do that, the fluff gets in here and then it's a lot harder to get it out. At some point in time, you're going to have to stop it, clean it. So screen it on the outside. As you can see, we want to make sure that everything breathes through the screen, so we completely seal the door. The doors are double thickness for impacts. Okay, very heavy. We put louvers in here so that if something should punch through that screen, hopefully it'll get deflected down before it gets to the cooler, the expensive parts. You can see our upper area, anything that's on the suction side is screened. Again, you want to keep the material out as best as you can. Screen in here over the radiator, the cooler, and the engine cooler. Anything that goes through that screen dimensionally should keep on going through. We also put on a full length track guard. In the demolition segment, you don't want your crushed up debris and wire rebar getting in and wrapped around your roller, so we put the full length on here to help keep that out as best as possible. This is our bucket cylinder protector, made to protect the rod. It's also wide enough that any debris that rains down on it will fall past the hydraulic hoses and stuff that you have on the side. It's gonna just shut it off. It's heavy, it's well protected. First time you destroy a rod, you more than paid for the guard. Again, these are all factory fitted. You can order it on models from 220 to 480 today, and a smaller version on the zero tail swings, 235 and 355 from the factory. You can see as our standard packages, we have a side view camera, which allows you to look right down at this track in case you're going through a tight area or somebody's walking up on you. You have good visibility. Okay, there's also a rear camera, big fish eyes that just, you see what's coming at you all the time. Okay, eventually standard will be the 360 view.